In today's video, we're going to talk about my new online poker home, at least for the time being, globalpoker.com. So if you guys aren't aware of what globalpoker.com is, or if you've heard about it and you haven't checked it out and you want to learn more about it, stay tuned because that's what we're going to talk about today. Hey guys, welcome to today's video. For those of you that don't know who I am, my name's Alton Harden. I'm the founder of MicroGrinder Poker School and our YouTube channel, and we're all about turning beginning and struggling poker players into solid winning poker players through sound poker fundamentals. So if you guys are new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button down there so you subscribe for all of our latest videos. But without further ado, let's go ahead and let's talk about my new online poker home, at least for the time being, globalpoker.com. So some of you guys are probably aware and some of you aren't, but I just recently withdrew all of my money off of Ignition Casino Poker, and I'm done playing there because of the crappy software and all the ongoing issues they have with their software. And if you guys aren't aware of all the issues going on, go ahead and check out my latest video before this one. Go ahead and go to the homepage of my YouTube channel and you'll see it there in the latest uploads. It's all about why I quit playing on Ignition and pretty much the reason why I just drew the final straw with all their issues and I said, I'm done. My money's off of there. I'm not going to play there again until they can prove that their software is going to be stable and it's not going to have any issues. So when that came out, I asked people where they played, and in terms of where I could play living here in California, I had really three different major options. One of them was, of course, America's Card Room, so the Winning Poker Network. Another one people were recommending was BetOnline, and the third one was globalpoker.com. Now, my criteria for making the switch to a new poker home was pretty easy. Number one, it had to be reputable. You had to be able to deposit money without a problem and get your money off quickly. Number two, it had to have a decent player pool size. So there had to be a decent amount of players playing on there. And number three, it needed to have a player pool that played late into the evenings because I'm in California and typically around 11 o'clock my time, things start to die out because on the East Coast in the US here, that's going to be 2 a.m. in the morning. So I did a bit of research. BetOnline, I've heard some good things and some bad things about it. The software is not that great. But I've had students that have played on there, people that watch my YouTube channel play on there, and so, you know, I have some mixed feelings about that, and especially with the whole blackjack scandal that went on with them, I was kind of skeptical about playing there, so I decided to push them to the side for now and not play on there. America's Card Room, I used to play on there in the past, but it's just, there's just a lot of regs on there, the rakeback's really high, and so the games aren't as fun. I like to play for fun as well, so I like to find the fun players and play against them as well. I don't want to sit down at a 2-0 or 5-0 table and just have it full of regs that are playing for rakeback and playing for points. And so since I played on there in the past and I kind of know that it's reg infested and the games aren't as fun and I like to play not only for profits but for fun as well, I decided to push them to the side for now, but I'm thinking about putting money on there because I like jackpot poker on there. It's fun, it's exciting, it's a bit of a gamble. So I may put some money back onto America's Card Room, but I was intrigued. I was intrigued about globalpoker.com because technically they're saying that it's legal because it's a sweepstakes style of website where you're not actually depositing money on there where it's your money. You're playing with gold coins, and when you purchase gold coins, they give you what they call sweep cash. And I'll show you all this stuff in a minute. I'll switch over to my screen. But you can cash that out. But it's a matter of playing for not only gold coins, but those sweeps cash things, and they have different challenges and so forth that technically makes it legal. I deposited money on there last night on PayPal in a matter of minutes, and people are saying that they don't have any issues once their account is verified with their ID and a utility bill. They don't have any problems cashing out, and it cashes out directly to PayPal minus PayPal's fees. So none of that Bitcoin crap, no international checks, none of that stuff, no MoneyGrams, no wire transfers, any of that stuff with any of these other sites that you had to deal with that are offshore sites. So I decided to go with Global Poker, and that's what we're going to talk about today. I'll give you kind of my initial thoughts. I played on there for about an hour last night, and I want to give you guys my initial thoughts overall on what I think. So let's go ahead, let's jump over to my screen, and let's talk about globalpoker.com. Alright guys, so we're here, we're at globalpoker.com. First thing I want to tell you is that I'm looking at their lobby, the page that you go to before you have an account, I'm looking at it on Mozilla Firefox, but I don't recommend using Firefox. I recommend using Google Chrome because I had some issues with Firefox, and this is a web-based client. There is no software that you have to download. Once you log in, it's all web-based. It's pretty smooth. But before we get to that, let's talk about it. So, how in the world are they legal? Well, the thing is that they're saying they're legal because you're not actually purchasing money to play with. You're purchasing gold coins that don't have any monetary value. But when you purchase gold coins, as a bonus, they give you sweeps cash, which you'll see right here, sweeps cash, that you can use to play in their sweeps cash games and cash out for real monetary value. So the legality of it is they're saying that there's no monetary value on your account. They're giving you this bonus that you can actually cash back out as a bonus. And there's different challenges and so forth that you have to do to be able to play in tournaments for these sweeps caches. But in terms of getting them, you have to get the gold coins. They kind of force you to play with gold coins if you want to get into some of their tournaments, but for the cash games, you really don't. So if you want to read all the legal details, if you go down to sweeps rules, if we scroll down here, it talks about how to collect your sweepstakes / prize promotion cash. And see, it's a promotional cash. It's not actually cash that you're buying in. You have a bankroll on there, and it's your right to cash it out because it's your money. It's money that they're giving to you for free in addition to the gold coins. So you receive the sweeps cash, when you purchase gold coins. And you can use them to enter their contests via their email newsletters. You can do it with their tournaments, and they have sweeps cash, quote unquote, cash games that you can utilize. So if you look at it, they have an office in San Francisco, but I don't know exactly where they're founded from. People have said that they're related to another site that has been around. It's very reputable. And in terms of playing on here, I've looked on 2+2, I looked on Cards Chat, and people say once you have your account verified, they don't have any problems getting their money off. Some people have had some issues here and there, but they have an official thread on 2+2. They have an account rep there for Global Poker, and any sort of issues that comes up, that person seems to resolve them. So anyways, you can read all this stuff if you want to know all the fine print. You can also go to the the FAQ area, and it talks about it as well. So if you scroll down through here, it talks about what are the sweepstakes and how does this model work compared to a normal one. But long story short, you're not putting actual money on like you are a normal poker room, and that's your money. You're getting these gold coins that you're purchasing that have no monetary value, and they're giving you some of these sweepstakes cash value coins as well to play with. So anyways, let's go ahead and let's pull up what it looks like when you're logged in. So I'm logged in, and what I want to go to, and first thing what I'll do is I'll click on buy gold coins, open it in a new tab so you guys know what I'm talking about. So this is what I'm talking about. You purchase these gold coins, and they give you this free amount of sweeps cash. So I went ahead and deposited $100 for 50,000 of actually $500,000 of these gold coins, and I get $100 worth of these sweeps cash. You notice it says free. They're giving this to you for free, and that's how they get around the legality portions of it in the U.S. and wherever else it's legal. I believe in Canada minus Quebec. I believe in the UK you can't play here because it's not legal there, so it's only U.S. and it's only in Canada minus Quebec. Okay, so when you purchase it, you click on here, it'll take you to PayPal. So everything is through PayPal, and if you have an account, you can log in, you can choose whatever payment method you want. If you don't have an account, you can just simply enter your credit card information and purchase it that way. Now, I did get a flag as a fraudulent charge the first time I tried to use one of my Chase cards, my Southwest Rapid Rewards cards. I had to approve it, and then it went through. So that's a good thing because it was online, and it was $400, and it was something they didn't recognize. So you may get that flag, but once you approve it with your credit card company, it should go through all right without any issues. So the money was on, including having to approve that. It took me about a matter of 2 minutes to get the money onto here. Once you get your money on here, you want to click on Play Poker, and it's going to take you to their lobby. So you'll notice that it's connecting to the lobby. I don't know exactly what software they're using, if this is Flash based or Java based or whatever it is, but it seems to be pretty smooth. So there are different currencies, gold coins and sweeps cash. If you play with these and you accumulate these, you cannot cash them out. I have 512,000 gold coins. So just over 500,000 gold coins. And I could play these games, but I can't cash them out for any monetary value. If I look at my balance for my sweeps cash, I have 102. One thing to note, when you create your account, they do give you 2 of these for free, and I believe they give you 5,000 of the gold coins. So they give you $2 for the sweeps cash, and they give you, I believe, 5,000 of the gold coins. It may be 50,000. I don't exactly remember off the top of my head, but you do get some free ones. Now, in terms of how this works, there's all these different challenges. And so you play these, but there's no monetary value in playing these games, but you kind of have to play them because of the challenges. So if we click on challenges, you'll notice that they tell you you have to play a certain amount or win a certain amount playing the gold coins games. And so if I want to play in the daily challenges tournaments, where you can actually win the sweeps cash money, if you cash in these tournaments, you have to see a certain amount of flops weekly. So 50 flops for the daily tournaments, for the weekend tournaments, 200 flops, and so forth. There's all these different challenges. And so what you'll notice here is that if I get out of here, and if I click over to sweeps caches and go to tournaments, you'll notice that if I go down to the registering, you'll notice that some of them are locked and some of them aren't. So the daily 4,000 guaranteed rebuy, looks like I've qualified for that. There is a buy-in amount of the actual cash money, the not gold coins, but your sweeps cash. But to be able to unlock some of these tournaments, you have to play the gold coins. So that's how they get you, saying that you have to use the gold coins that you're purchasing to give yourself the possibility of playing in these bankrolls, in these free rolls, I guess quote-unquote free rolls. This one, you'll notice here, I'm not eligible yet because I haven't played as many hands as I need to. See 100 flops, haven't seen 100 flops to get into this. And this one looks like it's an actual free roll, which is kind of cool. And a $250 free roll for the payout. This is what the payout pays top 10. So if I play 100 hands before this tournament starts, which starts in an hour, I'm not going to play it because I'm going to the gym in about an hour. But this is a free roll. So I could get into here. It's 100% free roll. If I win, it's worth $91. And so far, there's only 66 people registered, which is pretty awesome out of 2,000. So, I mean, in an hour's time, if there's only like 150 people registered, it's free roll and $90 up top. Not too shabby. So let's go back to gold coins again. And there's cash games, there's sit and goes, and there's the tournaments. And like I said, you have to play these games to be eligible to play these tournaments. So that's why people, if they're pretty crappy and they just blow a lot of these chips because they don't play really realistic poker when they're playing these, it's kind of like Zanga poker when you're playing with gold coins. That's where they get people to rebuy back in because they're going to go busto and they're going to have to get more gold coins chips. Now, in terms of cashing out, I believe you have to have a minimum of $50 to cash out of this monetary value over here. So you just can't cash out whatever you have. You have to have at least 50. So let's go and take a look at the settings for the lobby. They have sound play settings. They have gameplay settings as well. They have 4 different table themes. You can do 4-color deck. You can open up the table as a new one. I'm going to turn that off for now. And then they have avatars that you can turn on or turn off. It's just up to you, whichever you like to do. So let's go ahead and pull up a couple of these. I'm not going to play them, but I want to show you what the software looks like. And so these are the 2 different tables. It's web-based. If I click here, it's going to tile them side by side. And if I go back to the lobby, let's go ahead and pull a third one in. It's going to tile again. I would prefer that this tiled it down here. But you'll notice that it's not too shabby because if I wanted a 6 table, it's going to span it across here perfectly fine. And you're not really going to have many issues. So that's one method of playing these games. If I go back to the settings and if I click it and put it in here to open them up in a new window, and close this. And unfortunately, I have to leave these tables and come back. But what you'll notice, if the settings took effect properly, let's go ahead and open up these tables. You'll notice that they're going to open up in a new window. And I can have them tiled, or I can have them in a grid. And let's open up some more, and let's just grid 4 of them across. And so what you're going to notice is once all these open up, is that it grids them in a 4x4 rather than across 3 and then down 1. So it's just preference. The software works pretty solid. Let's go ahead and just join in on one table so I can show you how it works. So you click on here, left click, you can unmute players, you can mute players, you can do player notes as well, you can tag them different colors. You can do all that different stuff just like you can on any other poker client. There's a chat, there's gameplay information, and if we click up in here, you can see all the details. And then there's an auto top-up feature. But what I noticed before, and it looks like it took effect now, is that when I didn't have this saved previously, and I saved it on one table, it didn't take effect on all of them. So sometimes it seems to work, other times it didn't work. So just double check this. The one reason I didn't like Mozilla is when I hit this tile feature, it started throwing them off to on a third screen that didn't exist on my computer. So I didn't get a chance to actually play in any tables because I had to close them all out and open them back up. These are 51,000 blinds, so these are pretty high. So I'm just going to play a hand here to show you how it works. You have a slider. You can type in your stuff if you want. You can hit pot, you can hit all in, you can do whatever you want. There's a time bank as well, and so you can do that as well. And overall, it's pretty smooth. It hasn't lagged on my end. Let's just go ahead and get off these tables because I'm just doing a quick demo for you. And let's get off that one. That I don't know why that table over there opened up and nothing popped up since they all 4 opened up somewhere else. They have Hold'em, they have Omaha. If we go back to the lobby, how do I get back to... There was a lobby page before that I was on, and it showed how many players were online. I guess it wasn't the fact. So what we're really most concerned with is how many people are actually playing these games. So it's 5 o'clock, so 8 o'clock Eastern Time. There's 122 games of Hold'em and 30 of Omaha, and let's actually go back to here. So 122 plus 30 is going to be, well, now there's 152 tables, and there's a mixture of full ring and 6 max. So let's just say an average of 7 players. Let's just say 6 because some of them are going to be short. So roughly around 900 players in the cash game player pool. And it doesn't tell us how many people. It does tell us how many people are in these tournaments. You'll notice that there's only, in the daily guarantee, there's only 100 out of 2,000 here. Let's see some of these other daily gold coin challenges. This, I believe, is probably a free roll, or maybe, no, it's a 10-cent tournament, so it's very close to a free roll, only 230 people. So you'll notice that the player pools are pretty damn small. I'm probably going to start playing these because it's a good way to build your bankroll, but not tonight, unless they have one late tonight, because like I said, I'm going to the gym. I have a personal training session. So there's a lot of players in the player pool. The tournament sizes, in terms of the player pool, the size, they're not that big. 230 people, 88 people, 119, 109, 130. So it tells you that it looks to be pretty good. And in terms of the blinds, they start at 2-4. And look at, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 tables of 4NL running. When I was on here last night, there were something like 12 tables of 4NL. And so we have 10 NL, then it goes to 20 NL, then it goes to 50 NL, it goes to 100 NL, and all the way up to 1020. And there was 1020 running last night. Seeing how it's only 5 o'clock here, West Coast, and for some people just getting off work, traffic isn't that big yet. The fact that there's already 900 people on here is pretty solid. And so you can imagine later tonight on a Wednesday night, it's probably going to get close to, I would say, around 1,200, 1,100 people on here. And I haven't played any of these games yet, so I can't say how soft they are, but people say they're pretty damn soft. Overall impression so far, I like it. I really like the web-based platform because you don't have to deal with installing client software and patching it and all that other stuff. Everything's just done on their end, and it's just brought across over the web through whatever they're using. Like I said, maybe it's Java based, maybe it's Flash, I don't know. Probably Flash based. And in terms of the software itself, is pretty intuitive. I mean, just switch back and forth between both of these. They have achievements as you earn achievements. I mean, I really haven't played much. They have challenges, avatar, different items. I guess you can probably purchase things. Let's take a look. Yeah, you can purchase different avatars as you accumulate more gold coins, which should be the case if you're playing the gold coins just to get into those free roll tournaments or those 10-cent tournaments. You can get some of these avatars in the store. There is a hand history feature, and so I played some of these free games, and so there are some hand histories. And in terms of the hand history, let's look for a hand that I actually played. Let's see this hand. And so your basic format here, where it's all the details. And if we click share and we click open, what's going to happen is that we have this link that we can share with somebody else, and it's our standard replayer, which is pretty nifty as well. So just clicking all the way through, just clicking buttons. So a basic replayer as well. There's no way for you to actually get a file of this information. So there's no way for you to get all your hand histories, download them, put them into Poker Tracker 4 or Hold'em Manager 2 or use a HUD. There's no way to do any of that. So you really can't track your results with anything. You can't utilize a HUD. They don't have any sort of tracking system integrated with it. It would be nice is in the lobby that maybe even not by default, but under the store, where you could purchase a tracking add-on, where they had a basic kind of like Pocket website, where they have online-based tracking software to show how well you're doing. But in general, I probably don't think they're going to end up doing that, because they're catering towards recreational fun players. They're catering towards people that play Zynga, people that play for social means more than anything else. They do a lot of their marketing and promoting on Facebook, and that's really the Zynga crowd. And so for what everybody's telling me is that these games are really soft. And so I do plan on following up with more videos, doing live play videos and so forth with this, just to keep you guys in the loop and to tell you guys how things are going. So yeah, that's Global Poker. That's kind of my first impression and a bit of an overview of their web-based software. If you have any questions, or if you have anything that you'd like me to talk about further, put all your information down below, put comments down below, and talk a bit about it. And I'll do my best to answer them in future videos or respond to your comment down below. So that's going to conclude today's video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please hit that subscribe button down below. And tell your friends, tell your family members, tell anybody that you know that plays poker. Tell them about my YouTube channel, just because they're going to get some valuable information out of it. And if they don't know about it, they can't find it. If you guys like all this free content that I'm putting out on YouTube, please check out in the description area, please check out my Patreon account. You guys can support this channel for as little as $1 per month to keep it going, to allow me to produce free content on a regular basis. Right now, I'm striving for one video per week. But if I get more and more supporters, I'll definitely be putting out more videos. So it's up to you guys. If you guys want it, you guys can support it and help me out. I really appreciate it. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys at my next video in about a week. Take care.